Marvel drops Majors after that verdict. We brought it to you right here on Indisputable. Jonathan Majors is out at Marvel Studios in a stunning career blow for the actor. Yesterday, a Manhattan jury found Majors guilty of reckless assault in the third degree and guilty of harassment. That was following a 2-week trial that stemmed from a March incident between the actor and his ex-partner, Grace Jabbari. However, the jury acquitted Majors of 2 other counts of assault and aggravated harassment. Now, before the March arrest, Majors was positioned as the key figure in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, with the Disney-owned studio building its entire current story arc around Majors' Kang the Conqueror. Time-traveling villain factored into this year's Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, as well as both seasons of Loki. He was going to lead Avengers. I mean, just listen and just look at what he was a part of, okay? He was going to lead Avengers. The Kang Dynasty, that was slated for May 1, 2026. The feature is still in the script phase, not yet begun filming. Would that have saved him if they already had stuff in the can? Don't know, because Marvel has 2 courses it can take now. It could recast the part, although it's not clear how many actors would be attracted to a role from which one actor was so publicly fired. The other course is to redevelop its plans and refocus on a brand new villain. While Marvel sources are mum, there is indication that the studio has already been doing just that. In November, Marvel hired Loki creator Michael Waldron to work on a new draft of what was once called Kang Dynasty, but is now being referred to as Avengers 5. That's according to sources, The Hollywood Reporter, with the details. Marvel has recast in the past, but over creative and financial disputes, not for legal troubles. And there you see it. Majors was once considered one of the top rising actors in Hollywood. In addition to Quantumania, he starred in Creed 3. That was this year, 2023. He first rose to prominence with The Last Black Man in San Francisco and went on to star in Devotion, Lovecraft Country, The Harder They Fall, and The Five Bloods. Bodybuilding drama magazine Dreams bowed at Sundance in January 2023, though its fate remains in limbo as distributor Searchlight removed it from the calendar amid the actor's legal troubles. PR firm The Lead Company and his managers at Entertainment 360 dropped the actor. He is still repped by WME, William Morris Endeavor. That could change, though, in light of the verdict. Majors was arrested March 25th after he called 911 saying he found his ex-partner, Grace Jabbari, in their New York apartment unconscious. Police said they found injuries on Jabbari, including a bruised and fractured finger and a cut behind an ear. Majors pleaded not guilty to all charges. Megan Good held on to Jonathan Majors' hand outside of a New York City courthouse Monday after he was found guilty of harassment and assault. Good has been supportive of her boyfriend in the months leading up to his trial, even going as far as appearing at his June court appearance. The 2 were first romantically linked in May before they were spotted out together on numerous PDA-filled dates in New York City. Good has not publicly addressed her boyfriend's trial or verdict. I can't wait to hear what you have to say about this one, Mayor. There's so many layers to this. We broke the news to the Indisputable audience, and now the fallout, more of it. Majors could face up to a year behind bars, but we'll see what happens there. He clearly wanted to save this incredible budding career, a successful career already. I raised the question to Senator Turner, who was the guest host on the show as the news broke, about fairness. I don't know what happened, Mayor. I wasn't there. None of us do. A verdict has been given. People who sat through the evidence. I don't know the makeup of that verdict. There are stereotypes about Black men. There are men who just do bad things. There are women who do bad things. There's just so many things I don't want to weigh in on. But when I think of Alec Baldwin and Johnny Depp and others in Hollywood who have still full careers and a team behind them, I don't know, Charlie Sheen's team dropped him when he was talking about tiger blood. But you tell me, where should this discussion center?
Yeah, I mean, it is improper to have this conversation, I believe, without all of those historical problems and also context that's necessary to understand what it means to be Black man in this world. With that said, we like you said, we do see that a guilty verdict has been rendered. I'm certain they're going to appeal that verdict. What I find interesting, and like you said, I was not there. I didn't sit through the evidence. I do see that it seemed like his attorney made a horrible mistake. Asking questions that led them to use something that happened in their past, which kind of helped paint a light of him being this abusive person. I'm baffled by what I found, what I thought was powerful evidence when I said the only eyewitness other than them two, the driver saying that the woman was the attacker and this guy was trying to get away and he got out the truck and ran. And then they also released video of him running for 6 blocks like Forrest Gump. I thought for sure that was going to be a benefit to him, but I think I'm confused by the entirety of the situation. It is absolutely funny beyond what happened in the court case. It's funny and also sad and also America at its best at how fast his career ended. It reminded me so much of another young Black male star who was about to be probably about to be responsible for the most Oscar receiving movie ever. We're talking about when Birth of a Nation was redone by Nat Turner, about Nat Turner. We watched what happened in that with Parker in that situation. And I think people forget that, the course is not always the same or even or level as when it comes to Black men. And I think we have to definitely wait and see what else there is to come for this situation. It is definitely a sad and tragic end to what was a budding career for sure.
Yeah. Abuse is serious. I don't have all the facts. I'm glad you filled in some, though, that were presented as evidence in the court case. The driver, the footage, the extracurricular that didn't seem attached to this particular incident that suddenly was relevant. Others weighing in anonymously on social media who said they had dealings with this Black star that were unsavory for them. I don't want to discount anyone's story, but I believe context is everything, Mayor. And in this case, too, I also don't respect, and I understand this may be the world we live in, which is different rules for each of us. I don't respect people who only want to see you in the good times. And I'm talking about the agents, the managers, the PR. What's a PR firm for, by the way? That's what I'm talking about. And as a client or talent, that's a red flag for me. I'm just keeping it real. Okay. That's a red flag for me because perhaps he's going through something. It didn't work out in his favor. And like I said, they had already made up their mind to the movie studio. But when you are willing to just remember when they cut ties with him. Okay. That was before a guilty verdict. 2 out of the 4 counts. Let's remember they acquitted him on 2. So I don't know how you feel about that aspect of it, Mayor. I hope that Jonathan Majors, if he needs help, will get it. If he can recover, he will. He's supremely talented, a very talented man, and a strong, groundbreaking talent in the roles that emerged for him. But I don't know how you feel about how quickly some abandoned ship went. Again, I don't wish Charlie Sheen or any of these other people ill will, but I'm just saying they did some incredible things that were acknowledged and irrefutable, and they're still going. Their bad boy images are celebrated.
Yeah, and I mean, we know that you can't be a Black man with a bad boy image or even perceived to be. So here's a couple things that are startling to me. For me, what I see is an exploitative relationship between the studios and also the agencies, saying that as long as you are hot, we are there, which means we don't really do anything for you because he was already a talent. He was the talent that got him all of these roles and presented him. And then as soon as it may have required work from the agency to find him roles, they weren't willing to do that. So I hope other actors are paying attention at how fast they will dismiss you and then act accordingly, because it just speaks to the exploitive nature of not just Hollywood, but all of these industries. We see the same thing with athletes as well. So like you said, he's an already wealthy man, and we're not crying for him because it is clear that he had a role to play in the situation. What we are saying though, that we would be we would be remiss if we didn't mention the racial tones to this case.
Yeah, eloquently you put it there, Mayor, and I agree wholeheartedly. But we'll see what happens with Jonathan Majors. We'll be following it and hope to talk to him. Even I'd love to sit with him and get a more well-rounded view from him.